All of her government accounts have just disappeared.
Everything's a stretch. Everything is.
This just feels like the most insane VP race that's ever happened.
Ever.
Am I wrong?
If it is Noem, I'm super excited for that.
It makes me think VP. I want to talk about this interesting stuff with Kristi Noem. Let's go ahead. This is where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button, and comment in the chat right now. Do you think Kristi Noem is the VP choice? Why do we bring that up? Well, yesterday we started seeing reports that all of Kristi Noem's government accounts, her personal accounts are still up. All of her government accounts have just disappeared off of all of social media. Governor Kristi Noem, it is no longer there. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to repeat it one time and one time only. I swear, if anybody in the chat says, I see her page, it's right here. You're looking at her personal account. If it's a blue check mark, it's her personal account. Her government accounts, all government officials have two. They all got two. Her government account is gone. Okay. I want to pull up the Fox News article because this is the thing that is interesting to me. So her office declined to answer Fox News as to why the governor's accounts were deleted, but they did put this out. For official updates from the governor's office, including press releases, follow at Governor Noem office on X. Noem's spokesman, Ian Fury, told the outlet last week. All right, the office of the Governor Noem was created this month, according to the account, and shows a handful of posts linking to press releases from the governor's office. The account began posting press releases on July 3rd, one day before Kristi Noem's official government accounts went dark. So let's open up the discussion and the debate right now. Why would something like this happen? Okay, if it was a mess up, then the governor's office would be making all kinds of things. Hey, we are contacting everybody. We don't understand this attack against, our freedom of speech, blah, 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 right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that, correct?
Correct, yep.
Like if it was a mistake and like their accounts were deleted, like her team would be making statements, right? She would be making a statement, correct? I mean, do we all agree on that?
That makes sense.
Yep.
Makes sense.
So the fact that they're not, the fact that they create a Office of Governor Noem account to report press releases, the fact that hers are now deleted, it makes me think VP. It makes me think that because why be so quiet about it? Why create a Office of Governor Noem account? Why do that? Why? So it literally is one of two things at this point, because no statement has come out saying that it is a mistake. And for those of you going, okay, all right, riddle me this. How normal is it that government officials get their accounts just deleted and they're just tired of posting on them? And so they just delete them. They're not allowed to delete them. Like, that's not how that works. They're archived, right? So one of two things. Either A, she's fixing to resign as governor in disgrace because something horrible has happened that has not come out yet, or B, she's getting ready to resign the governorship to run as the VP on the ticket. I don't see how it can be anything else other than those two things. Yeah, look, there it is. Office of Governor Noem.
And she is nowhere in that. Oh, there she goes.
Well, this is an article.
Yeah,
These
links,
are articles.
Links.
Yeah. So in other words, she's no longer posting as the governor on her government account because that account is gone. This is all from the Office of Governor Noem because right now there is not another governor of South Dakota. I'm open to the chat for what you guys think, and I'm open for what you guys think in here. What do you think this means? Do you think it's anything other than the two things I mentioned? Either A, it's something so bad that she is fixing to resign governorship, or B, she's fixing to resign governorship and hand over the duties to the lieutenant governor because she's getting ready to run on Trump's ticket as the VP?
Todd?
Oh man, that's a stretch. But I mean, at this point in this election season,
hang on.
At this point, everything's a stretch. Everything is like we don't have a freaking clue what's gonna happen next week, but let alone in the next 2 months.
8 minutes of that.
I mean, I'm just being real. Now it's not the woman I want, but he needs a woman, and I would say behind Sarah, she would be my second pick for female. Because I don't care what. Listen, we say this all the time, and we're not talking about y'all when we say this. He needs a female. He needs a female. The only thing that scares me about Noem is, are those suburban housewives where Trump is sucking gonna forgive her for shooting a dog? I mean, because they're that stupid.
Somebody just said, I'm a suburban mom and have no issues with that Noem did with the dog. Could not care less.
We're not talking about you. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the liberal stay-at-home moms that, oh my God, she shot a puppy. So, I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know, man.
I hear you.
I don't know.
Let me remind you guys of when stupid Ron DeSantis was running.
That's my governor.
It was stupid, and I told his entire
It was
team.
stupid. It was
I told his entire team. I told them. I told all of them. You are morons.
Great governor, sucky candidate.
Ruined his political career. He'll be governor, and that's it for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get challenged by Byron Donalds or Matt Gaetz. Either way, because his election happens in 2026. Okay, so he better hope and pray that he really smoothed it over with Donald Trump. Either way. Ron DeSantis got the Constitution of Florida changed to allow him to run for president without having to let go of the governorship. Mm-hmm. Remember, and we talked about it then. You don't do that unless you're not sure you're gonna win, right? Remember when we did that? Remember when we said those things? Okay, so if Ron DeSantis had to do that in Florida, because he's like, hey, I'm going to run for president, but I don't want to lose my governor spot if I don't win this thing. Okay, but now because what that means is you got to give it up if you're going to run for president or vice president. You got to give it up. Mike Pence was the governor of Indiana, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Trump's got a history of picking governors. Mm-hmm. All right, and now you got a governor who was at least in the top 10 list for VP short picks, and now all of a sudden, all her government accounts are gone. Not she's off. No, they're gone. And the office isn't saying that it's a mistake. In fact, they're acknowledging that it is, in fact, real and on purpose. There's only two reasons. A, there is a huge scandal that's fixing to pop up that we don't know anything about.
Which is possible. I mean,
which she's already had the Corey Lewandowski thing, which nobody cares. Look, man, at the end of the day, I'm a Christian. I am. But no one cares that you had an affair with a political president. They just don't. They just don't care. I mean, that is the majority of the American public. They don't care. I don't agree with it, but they don't care. Also, she's denied those rumors, but either way. She had the killing the dog in the book thing. I could care less. I got no problems with it whatsoever. So I highly doubt she's resigning her governorship over the dog in the book thing. So what could it be other than those two things? And comment in the chat below, other than the two things that I just mentioned. I see you saying who you want for VP. What could it be other than those two things?
Hey, question. Was she at the debate?
I don't know.
Because
didn't
Trump say the pick was going to be at the debate?
That's what he said.
I know. That's why I'm telling you.
He also said 6 months ago that his pick was probably going to be from New York.
Yeah, a New Yorker.
And it ain't nobody from New York that he's talking to.
I think if it is Noem, I'm super excited for that because I like Todd was on the Sarah Sanders train there, and after she said no, or we think she said no, I think Noem is a great pick. I don't really care about that whole shooting the dog thing. I mean, obviously it was tragic.
It's a farm thing. It's not even
but
tragic.
I mean, people shoot foxes and coyotes all the time, and that's for eating
foxes and what?
Coyotes. And it's one of those things. It just they're being aggressive and eating your animals. The puppy she shot was being aggressive towards people. So it's a farm thing. Like
It's a farm thing. It's a farm thing. It literally happens every day. I promise.
Yeah, but
it happens every day.
And I think we've seen, like Graham has said many a times, that Trump has a problem with suburban housewives, and I think Noem would at least put people at ease. It would definitely help. And I think it's great. I think it's great if she is. That's just my opinion.
I would be happy with it. Wouldn't be excited about it, if that makes sense. Like,
I would be more excited for Noem than I would be just having.
Oh yeah, I'd rather have Noem's over Tulsi. I will say that. I'd rather have
true.
Noem's
Me too.
over
Yeah.
Tulsi.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. How about you, Royce? What do you think?
I don't really know much about Kristi Noem, but I'm a young guy. I've only been in the political space for the last couple of terms, right? And this just feels like the most insane VP race that's ever happened. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Not at all. This is
because obviously this is the most
insane.
intense presidential race ever. Okay, but the VP thing is like everybody's fighting to be Trump's VP, and if that doesn't state his popularity, then I don't know what else does. Right? Like, because I just don't think it's ever been this much of a fight. From what I understand, it's always just been like, oh, someone's chosen the VP. But like you've got Vivek and all these people who like want it. They want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When is the DNC?
August.
That's when you're gonna find out who the VP is.
No,
so?
no. You mean the RN?
No, I mean the DNC. I think Trump's holding on to that name. I think he's got.
Dude,
he literally
he made the announcement that he will announce the VP by the 15th I mean he has literally verbally stated on Sean Hannity last night that he will announce the VP. He wants to do it at the RNC, but probably on the 15th. That's different.
I believe it when I see it.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, Trump just bold-faced lying to people.
Well, he said the VP was from New York. I mean, he said he was from New York. He said he'd be at the debate.
What he said then was the person he was considering at the time was from New York.
And he also said the person would be at the debate. So if it's known, then yeah, he lied.
How do we know that she wasn't there? Do we know for a fact she wasn't
hiding
there?
in the bathroom.
Yeah, didn't they also say they were going to let people know who the VP pick was during the debate?
Because Trump, no, he said that he's going to announce it before the RNC so they can hold a major fundraiser at the RNC. It's like $500,000 a table for the fundraiser they're planning. Jeez. Either way, look. Would it not be Trump to say, yeah, the VP pick's going to be at the debate, and they got Kristi Noem hanging out in the back with Laura Trump and Don Jr. and all them backstage where nobody sees her the whole time?
God, you really think nobody would have saw her? I mean, come on. I don't know. If he picks her, great. If he doesn't, great. I don't know at this point.
I think Vivek being in the spin room, I think that makes him not the VP pick.
Yeah, well, Ben Carson was at the debate too. And
yeah, but was he not also in the spin room?
Yeah.
Like taking interview requests and stuff like that. So again, all I'm saying is this. It ain't normal. Somebody put in the chat, well, she's probably just done with being the governor. It's hard to do that, work-life balance, thing like that. Yeah. I get it. People retire. It don't happen this way. Like it doesn't happen. You say, I'm retiring and I'm not running for re-election, and then an election happens. You don't delete your government accounts unless you are leaving immediately to start getting ready to campaign as a vice presidential pick. That's all I'm saying. Or you're resigning in disgrace effective immediately.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like give me an option that is another valid option other than those two.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I've never seen that before.
I think it's in his Trump's best interest to wait until he figures out what Biden's going to do. I think he's got a candidate. If Biden stays in the race, I think he's got a candidate for Kamala. I think he's got a candidate for Mike. I think he's got a candidate for Newsom. I think he's got a candidate picked for every single person that could possibly be out there, and he just needs to wait until that person is chosen, whoever that person is. I don't know.
Look, literally Mike Pence's old governor account is still on Twitter, and it says this is an archive of former Indiana Governor Mike Pence's account.
Yeah,
That's all
no,
I'm
it's
saying.
bizarre.
Something's weird. Something's weird. That's all I'm saying. Something's weird.
I don't know.
Something is weird. It ain't normal because they archive the accounts. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Something's weird. Something's interesting. Unless they're trying to figure out on X and everything how to convert her page to vice presidential candidate. Like with X's new rules with the gray check mark,
Yeah.
does the page have to come down while they rearrange it to make it a vice presidential, nominee, Kristi Noem with the gray check mark? Because you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know with the new rules. Mike Pence had a Twitter account back in the old days,
Yeah.
So I don't know. What I'm saying it's weird.
This says this account doesn't exist. It's just gone.
Yeah, not
It's not
suspended, not paused.
Exactly.
True.
Gone.
Which
Doesn't
makes me think they're working on changing it in the background. That's what I'm saying. That they've made it inactive while they're doing something behind the scenes to potentially turn it into vice presidential candidate Kristi Noem potentially, because Elon Musk don't do this. Elon Musk would not allow the deletion of a gray check mark public official, not even a public figure, like a political official's account. Elon Musk would not let that happen.
So
It
Todd,
makes for good television, though.
Todd, right now, what you were saying, it's in Trump's best interest to wait. On the other side of that coin, though, just because Trump were to pick Noem, people that are on the fence or people that don't like Trump, they're not automatically going to say, "Oh, well, he picked Noem. I'm on the Trump train now." They have to work to get all those suburban housewives on the Trump bandwagon.
Oh, they do.
And if Noem hit the ground running, campaigning with him at the time, they might start, flipping people's votes over the suburban housewives to go on him. So
It's
the longer you
possible.
wait, the less amount of time they have to campaign together.
That is, and to flip that on you a little bit, I would think the majority, I would say probably 85 to 90% of America already know who they're voting for.
True. Very true.
So it's that 10 maybe 15% that's questions out there. And I think that's why he has to wait to caveat what you said just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got to wait to plan, like who he's going to choose to go against the candidate that the Democrats throw up. I mean, that's just where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is, in a nutshell, this is stupid. I mean, we've never seen anything like this. This is the most ridiculous election season, and I'll just be honest with all y'all, I can't wait till it's over. You've got a president in the office right now that don't know his butt from his elbow, probably has Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. We don't know who the vice president, the Trump's VP pick is, but he's got 34 felony counts at this point. This isn't it's complete and total insanity, and I can't wait till it's over with. Let's just get to November and move on.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, who he picks for VP doesn't affect my vote at all.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all. I mean, I don't even think I'd be upset.
No, this is just
There's nobody
talking.
that would
We're
make
just
me
having
upset.
a conversation.
Yeah, and what I meant was just, it's not for people like us. We already know we're voting for Trump. It's for the people that have a problem with him, that don't agree with the person he is, but they're not taking a look at his policies. That's the ridiculous part about it.
Do you guys remember when supposedly Trump asked RFK to be his VP? And he
Oh
turned him down?
yeah.
Was that real? Did we ever find out if that was real?
No, that the Trump campaign claims that was not real. RFK claims that it was. I'm just trying to see if there's any updates of people. Again, that's what's also interesting to me is how much of the mainstream media is not talking about this. Well, I mean, there's a couple of X users that was like theories are swirling that she is the VP pick for 2024.
Mm-hmm. The only VP pick out there that I really, really like, but I hope he really, really doesn't choose is Ben Carson. Like, I love the dude, but man, he's just
kind of a snoozer, man.
He's just too quiet, man. I
Yeah.
think he's too quiet. He's soft, and Trump needs Trump needs a lion, man. Like, he needs somebody that's going to keep him in check, that's not afraid to tell him he's an idiot.
Well, he needs someone who can
Kristi
carry
Noem
on.
would slap.
Oh, that's
you.
what I'm saying. Like, that's why I like Kristi Noem. Sarah would smack him. Noem would smack him. Vivek would probably. I mean, Vivek probably have to get on a ladder, but Vivek would smack him.
Anyway, it's up for debate. This is the end of the show. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the follow button and comment in the comment section, not the chat. Who do you think Trump's VP pick is going to be? Do you think it's Kristi Noem? Do you think?
It's me.
Do you think that this is a sign that it's going to be her? It will be interesting. And again, the silence is deafening. And the more silent it is, the more and more and more people are going to believe that's who it is. Somebody put in here that the VP speaks on Wednesday of the RNC convention normally. So it'll be interesting to see if the announcement comes sooner rather than later.